everyone, it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. How are you today? I'm doing very well. It is Tuesday. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My granddaughter should be coming home any minute now, so we might get interrupted. She tends to be pretty quiet though. This is my youngest granddog, Daisy. Oh, maybe she's a little camera shy. Anyway, she is a toy chihuahua and probably weighs less than 4 pounds. Oh, here comes my granddaughter. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. So I want to welcome you to my channel. Daisy and I do, but now she's laying in the sun on the other side of the room. My channel is set up to be a crochet channel, but I'm learning to knit. And my husband and I have been traveling in our RV, and sometimes I have done some travel videos. But we just bought a house, so there will be a lot of those videos coming up. Today was the house inspection, and I don't know what happens next, so we got to figure that out. I haven't bought a house in 35 years. More than 35 years, actually. So we're doing that. If you're new to my channel, it's going to be a little diverse, and when we get the keys to the house, I'll do some shopping videos, and some, I have this idea in my head of how I want the house to look and the kind of things I want in there. I love antiques, and I love the cottagey, country, farm, kitchen kind of feel to things. So I'm gonna start looking for stuff like that. And we got rid of everything when we moved. I have 3 recliners, 2 that we bought to put in our permanent camper that we kept, that we lived in last summer, and one that we had just purchased it 6 months or a year before we moved. So that's I think I saved a rocking chair and an antique. My antiques I saved, but I didn't have many antique furnitures. So there'll be a lot of shopping videos for furniture. I saved all the cool stuff, like all my knickknacks, all my elephants. I am an elephant collector, so of course I saved all my elephants. Maybe I don't need as much small stuff as I think I do, because when I think about, saved all the elephants, saved my curio cabinet, saved all my shelving for my yarn room, of course saved all the yarn. That'll be a whole lot of videos going through the yarn. There's a lot of yarn. But I have a room. And I even kind of have it planned out how I think stuff should fit in there. We'll see if that works. But that's probably not top priority on the getting organized list. But the new house has a living room, has a family room, and has a 4-season room, where my old house only had a living room. So I've got all these spaces I need to furnish, and I have 3 recliners. We don't even have a bed. My daughter-in-law is giving us an extra bed that she has for the spare room. But other than that, we don't have a lot of stuff. We have an entire storage room full of stuff, too, plus other stuff. But I don't have furniture. I don't have appliances. Appliances are in the house, so there's not. It's a lot of stuff is outdoor garage things. His tools, but a lot of that stuff's at my brother's. So I don't know what all is in this big, huge storage shed, or storage unit that we have. We have a big one. I don't know. I think it's 10 by 20 storage unit. And then I have a real small one that has all my yarn and our pictures and things like that in it, that I wanted to be sure were climate controlled. That's in a small storage unit. But everything else is in this other storage unit, except for some of the outdoor stuff is at my brother's, at my daughter's. Well, I don't know. It's going to be kind of crazy getting it all together, but I'll take you along for the ride, because I don't know how much crochet and knitting time I'm going to have when we're trying to put everything in the house. But I just have this idea that I want a lot of older things, refurbished things. I don't like necessarily modern. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've always kind of been the, like, let's empty the attic and see what we can find kind of girl. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, you'll be experiencing some of that. I hope you like that kind of stuff. So you subscribe and you can see. Make sure you get notified. Hit the bell. Hit the like button. Make a comment. I appreciate all that stuff. And if you've been around for a while, just appreciate all that you do for my channel. It just really helps a great deal. So what's next? Today's video is a catch-up. Again, I'll just show you what I've been working on. I did, if you saw the shorts, finish on this is the cowl that we're doing with Lynanne from Nina's Knots, and then Shannon is helping us from Another Yarn, giving us tips and tricks on how to knit. So this is my knitting, Learn to Knit project. And it's this big. To there, and it goes all the way, it almost covers the whole 40 inches, but I had just a little bit of yarn left, and I wanted to see if I could make it across the whole row one more time. Lost at Yarn Chicken. So the next one to go in, I have 3 skeins of yarn for this shawl. This is the, if I didn't tell you, this is the fall shawl from Fiberflux Knits. I believe it's in my description box below. The yarn came from the wool market in, I can't remember if it's Mississippi or Louisiana, but it's in one of those 2 areas. Wool market fibers, beautiful, 100% cotton, mercerized cotton, fingering weight, 437 yards to this hank. And this is the next color. They had 3 of these colors left. The other one is this one, which is pretty much the one that I've already, like, they kind of match, and then this one. So my original plan was to put all 3 of these in there. We'll see. It's getting really, it almost goes end to end on the 40-inch needles, which is not big enough to wrap around me, obviously. I do love the weight and the drape of it. It just, you know, it's so drapey and so lightweight. Beautiful for a spring, summer, fall. You know, if it's not too cold yet, but just a little chill in the air. Perfect. This is, and light enough that in the summertime, if I was wearing like a tank top or a t-shirt, I could probably throw it over my shoulders to help keep the sun off and not be too hot. That's one of the reasons that I wanted to use, you know, such a lightweight yarn. And I am using the chiaogoo needles. They are the 4 millimeters, and I'm sorry, I don't remember what the number is for that, but I am really loving the needles. And then I have my cute little stitch needle toppers. I should change them out for the elephants. The elephants are on the other project, which I haven't been doing too much of. So I did work on it a little bit, but oh, I didn't bring the yarn. Okay, so the other project that I'm working on, I started, is, what do they call it? Canyonlands. It's in the description box. Canyonlands tea or something. I made a wrap with the sleeves. It's called the opera wrap, and it just, first of all, made it way too big. B, I didn't like the way it worked. didn't like the way it looked when I was done with it. That's Sunny, Daisy's big brother. Sunny! Hold on. He's a loudmouth. Anyway, I took that apart, and I had used Karen cotton cakes. Yeah, you remember this thing? Bigger than my head? Still bigger than my head. But I decided to make this Canyonland shawl shirt out of it because I love the stitch pattern. Now, I think I just finished the 4th row. This is what it's looking like so far. You had to chain, and then you did a row. Yeah, I think this is row 4. And it's coming out. And I hope I'm not making it too big. I'm going to get out a shirt that I like to wear and lay it out and see how it fits. I think I have this tendency to make things bigger than what they need to be. I'm a big girl, so I just think I'm going way too big all the time. I'm not as big as I think I am around, even though I am. Whatever you're going to do. So I think I see that Nancy from She's Got Yarn and others I have seen where they just lay out a garment that fits them and then make it to that size. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to see where I'm at with it. And then I'll decide if it needs to be shorter. But I wanted to work some of the pattern because my tension isn't always great. And so I like to get a few rows in and then see how the sizing is, because sometimes it grows and sometimes it shrinks. You just never know. Now, this pattern does say that you use 2 different hook sizes. I think it says a 4 and a 5 or a 5 and a 6. I'm using, I think it's a 4 and a 5. What I had in my handy dandy little carry with me all the time was a 4 and a 1/2. So I'm going to do a 4 and a 1/2 and a 5 and a 1/2. I really wanted to do a 5 and a 6 because 6 is my go-to. But most of it, I think you do with the smaller hook anyway. I know you start with the smaller hook, and I'm on row 5, and that's where the repeats are. So I don't know where the bigger hook comes in. But I am using the 4 and a 1/2 clover. And my stitch definition is good. I think it'll still have a really nice drape to it. It won't be too tight. I thought the hook might be small and split this yarn because it's a very soft yarn, and it's mostly cotton acrylic. But it's spun like it's like an anti-pilling, I think, and it's spun. It's got a nice spin on it, you know, to spin it together. But I was afraid if I used too small of a hook, it would really want to make it come apart, split it. I'm not finding that to be the case with the 4 and a 1/2. So I'm just going to continue with the 4 and a 1/2 no matter what. I really like it. It's working out well. So that's the new project that I started. And I'm happy with it. I have one more row, I think, to finish the whole repeats. But I'm going to see what it looks like up to a shirt that fits me in a manner that I like. He's watching out the window. I don't see anything out there, so he might be barking at the tree. Hold on. Goodness, doggy drama. He's still barking his full head off outside. I think he's barking at the wind. The trees are blowing, and I don't know what his problem is. He's stupid. Anyway, back to yarn stuff. So, if you have heard, Hobby Lobby is having a clearance sale again. Very exciting, right? What I noticed, so I went to 2. I know. I have a lot of yarn probably in that yarn room. And it's all going to be new to me. And I've had this discussion, I think, with you and with myself many times. But last year I did not go to the clearance shopping because I knew we were living in the camper and I really didn't have anywhere to put it, literally. So I didn't go. And this year I haven't bought a lot of yarn in a long time, like a couple skeins at a yarn store here and there, or if I needed to finish a project. I haven't really had a big yarn haul. And I really didn't want a big yarn haul because I know I have a lot of yarn that's going to all be new to me again real soon. But I just love clearance shopping at Hobby Lobby. It's just so fun. And then you have to tell yourself, remember, they don't have as much yarn. They don't carry as much yarn as they used to. But it's still the thrill of the find. And so I thought, I'm going to go. And we went to one near where my husband was having a doctor's appointment. And then on the way back home, we went to another one that was like 10 minutes on the other, past home, past here. And I'm like, let's just go and see what they got. So we did. The first store I went to, I was shocked. I at first did not see any clearance stickers, and I thought, oh, they're not even hammering it here yet. But I saw a lot of empty spaces, and I was like, So the whole aisle of I Love This Yarn, that aisle had sporadically certain colors that they aren't going to carry anymore, I'm going to say. And that yarn was 50% off, not 75%. If it was I Love This Yarn, it was 50% off. The Yarn Bee and things that were not I Love This Yarn were 75% off. Anything, I was kind of hoping for maybe some lighter weight yarns. I have a bunch of 4-weight yarns, but my 3-weight yarn collection is not real huge, and I think a lot of it is variegated. So, maybe fill in if they had some colors or whatever of like 3-weight acrylics. That anything 3-weight that might have been in those holes, those were the holes, was 3-weight yarn. And there wasn't anything with a sticker on it in 2 stores. I did not see, I saw 1 skein of yarn that was a 3-weight that had a sticker on it. And it was a Yarn Bee, so it was 75% off, but it was 1 skein. I don't need a 1 skein wonder in 3-weight yarn. So I did not buy that. There was no cotton wheels, like sugar wheel cottons. Lynanne said that she missed them at her store. I don't think they put any on clearance. There were no holes where any of the sugar wheel cottons or just regular acrylic sugar wheels were. No holes. And those cakes have gotten so small. I don't know if you noticed, but I can't wait to see them, the ones that I have in my yarn storage, because I think they were maybe 296 yards. But I think the ones I have are way bigger than what I saw on the shelf. So I don't know what the price was like. I didn't pay really close attention to what they're charging for them right now, full price. But I know they've gotten a lot smaller. There was one in the second store. There was 1 6-weight bulky yarn, something Dream or Dream something in the name. They had in 1 color. It was a brown. It was an all-right brown. I thought it would make a really nice sweater, but they had 6 skeins of it. It was 144 yards. And I just don't know if that was going to be enough to do anything with. I don't think that's enough to make a blanket out of bulky yarn. I don't think it's enough to make a sweater. I could have been wrong. I wasn't real thrilled with the yarn itself, the color, but it was real soft and squishy. And so I threw it in my cart, but then I put it back. I only kept it because it was so soft and squishy and such a neutral color. But I thought if I run out, I can't buy any more. And they didn't have any other colors on the shelf. So I must have got stuck with those. What was left was the yuckiest color. So I didn't buy it. What I did buy, however, at the first store, and they're falling apart. They're not in the greatest, but I did get the mandala cake, the mandala strings, which I'm going to tell you, it is super fine. They got stickers over what it says. Let's see. 100% acrylic. Oh, really? I thought this was a cotton yarn. This is 100% acrylic. It's got a nice little shine to it. I got 5 total. 3 of this color and 2 of this color. They're 350 yards on a skein, 3.5 ounces. They are such pretty colors. I really, really like the colors. Like I said, they're falling apart. I don't care. I think that they just kind of fall apart. You don't even really have to misuse them, I don't think. But aren't the colors pretty? This is so beachy looking to me. I just love it. And this one reminds me of Arizona. Like it does. These are the colors that remind me of Arizona. Sedona kind of colors, but bright, maybe a little brighter. So that's all I picked up. They were regular $8. Well, this one says $6.50 is a regular price, but this one says $7.99, and I think that is the regular price, $7.99. This one's called Mixed Tape, and this one is Beats. They're gorgeous. I was going to give these to Lynanne because she said she had more of them, and she got a couple of each. I don't remember how many. But I think 2 of them at Beats, just like I got 2. Oh, pardon me. But she said you can make something nice with 700 yards of a fingering weight yarn. So I said, well, I got them for you if you want them. She makes a lot of shawls. I don't make a lot of shawls. I don't know if that's enough to make like a t-shirt for me or a tank top kind of thing for me. And I know nobody that I know would wear this. If like my little people, my skinny people, I don't even think they would wear this. So I would wear this. I would probably wear this, but I just don't think it's enough. But it's gorgeous yarn, and they were real inexpensive, so I bought them. And I bought them from the first store. When we went to the second store, they did not have any. And I was hoping to get more of that same yarn, but they did not have anything on the shelf. I didn't see an open hole where it might have been. So maybe they didn't carry it, or maybe it's just, gone and they already put something else in there. I just don't know. I got this hair. Anyway, that's all I had with that. We did, at the second store, they also had all of their yard decorations on sale. And a few years ago, we bought an eagle that's made out of like aluminum, tin, some metal. We bought it at a craft fair or something. And we had it displayed at the camper. And we bought it for the camper, and we kept it in our yard at the camper when we had a permanent site. And it's at my daughter's house now because my husband does the bird thing. And so we had stopped by the bathroom, and they had all of these metal birds there. So we did pick up an owl and a hummingbird that's a temperature gauge, and a roadrunner. So we're going to put those in the yard at the new house. That's all I got, and now we have more people home. So I'm going to let you go and get back to your day. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching, liking, subscribing, all those things that YouTube likes. I hope if you got a Hobby Lobby near you, you got to get some decent yarn. And that's all I got for you today. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.